Welcome to the new Kick-Ass Oracles Lounge Live, where we are unedited, uncut and uncouth. Coming to you from what's left of beautiful and historic downtown Jeffersonville following the city's demolition rampage. I am Freddy, your announcer. And now it's my pleasure to introduce a man who's fixing to bust a cap in the city's sorry ass. Here is the Oracle.
Thank you. I've missed you too. We've got our biggest show ever tonight, so I'll dispense with the pleasantries and get to work. Officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation recently visited Jeffersonville to meet with the city's administration to discuss the Big 4 bridge ramp. While we were denied access to that meeting, the city was kind enough to send us this photo of Mayor Mike Moore receiving an elected official on the front lawn of City Hall. I agree with you. City Hall's new fence really does look cheap.
What the hell's the matter with you? You get a set that looks like the damned View and you kick things off with donkey sex.
Oh, get over it. Anyway, word out of Indianapolis is that after the gracious reception England received, state officials will be spending a lot of time in Jeffersonville. As you probably know, the city of Jeffersonville demolished the former Tubby's Pizza building, and it appears the property's owners have hired attorney Larry Wilder with the intent of filing suit against the city. We managed to find this photo of City Attorney Les Merkley headed to court. And this artist's rendition of how our mayor's political career is expected to look after Wilder and Merkley meet in court. There was some excitement at City Hall this week with the unveiling of Mayor Mike Moore's official photo. Let's take a look.
At least they got his best side.
They did indeed. And now we resume Freddy's favorite feature, our top 5 list.
Yes.
Tonight's category. The top 5 signs there's tension between Mayor Mike Moore and the City Council. In at number 5, Councilman Matt Owen is introducing an ordinance that will outlaw jazzercise in Jeffersonville.
That'll leave the mayor with absolutely nothing to do.
I think you were right about that. Number 4. The council has furnished the mayor with new office space in a storage unit in South Bend. Number 3. Mike Hott will now have 10 minutes to publicly lobby for a canal at every council meeting.
Note to self, never attend another council meeting.
Number 2. The council has signed a letter of intent to cede Moore's neighborhood to Utica.
This just in. GA News has just reported a mass exodus from Utica.
I'm surprised it took them so long. And the number 1 sign there's tension between Mayor Mike Moore and the City Council. Connie Sellers bought a taser. And now it's time to introduce tonight's guest. Please say hello to the man we've all wanted to hear from for the past 6 months, Jeffersonville Mayor Mike Moore. Mayor, thank you for joining us. How are you this evening?
I don't mind telling you, Oracle, It's been a rough 3 weeks or so with me having to run Mike out off the Redevelopment Commission, and now I'm looking at 2 or 3 lawsuits. How are you?
I'm just peachy Mike. Brad Keselowski won last night's NASCAR race and a horse's ass has become mayor of my hometown. I'm just kicking back and waiting for the other 2 horsemen of the apocalypse to arrive.
Me too.
Mayor, I suppose I should ask you about your injuries. How did you get hurt?
I'd rather not go into any detail, Oracle. But I do want to say, I'm sorry, Dale, and I will never, ever speak to you like that again.
I knew you should have left that man alone.
Mike, it appears you may be involved in litigation over your refusal to enforce aspects of the city's wastewater ordinance, the demolition of the old Tubby's building, and perhaps even the comments you made about Palmer Roofing during a Parks Authority meeting. Any comments about those?
Not really. I just wish people would remember that I'm the mayor.
Dude, I think there are a boatload of people trying to forget you were the mayor.
There seems to be an ongoing criticism from council members that you are not communicating with them. Is this an accurate criticism, and, if so, what are you going to do to make things better?
I really don't know if it's accurate. They can always come to Jeffersonville with me. What?
Tell us a little about your decision to ask Mike Hutt to resign from the Redevelopment Commission.
Well, Mr. Hutt felt it was his place to bring ideas to the Redevelopment Commission and share them. I respectfully disagreed. Now he's gone.
So you were saying you're not exactly a thinking man's mayor?
I guess you could say that.
Mayor, why would you turn your back on Matthew's Southwest's interest in building a canal in downtown Jeffersonville?
What idiot would invest $100 million in this city?
I have an even better question. What idiot would elect a glorified burger flipper as mayor?
Hey, I resent that.
I apologize. That was wrong of me to say. Now, since you don't seem to be doing anything as mayor, would you please get off your dead ass and fetch me that J-boy platter I asked for about an hour ago?
This is the last time I sit down for an interview with anyone not from the News and Tribune. I think this whole interview has been set up to make me look bad.
Now let's be real, Mike. Given the way the past few weeks have gone, you could hire Jerry Sandusky to run a boys' camp and not look much worse than you do right now. It's getting late, and...
Do you think I might be able to ask a question?
Crap. I knew it.
Certainly, Tom.
Miss me yet?
You bet your ass we do.
There are a few things I'd like to touch on before we go. First, I congratulate my good friend and Goliath's shyster attorney David Mosley on having been named a Kentucky colonel. Another thing I'd like to touch on is Goliath's poll on the best local political blog or site. I'm humbled by the support the Oracle's Lounge has received, but I think we all realize after his 3 years of building GNUs, Goliath is the rightful standard bearer and will remain so.
Hey, I've got something to say about that poll. I checked it out this morning and the News and Tribune only had 1 vote. Not only does it mean that the paper's own staff isn't voting for it, ain't nobody giving them bastards no lovin'.
The last thing I want to discuss are the firefighters from 10 departments who responded to the fire at Riverside Recycling in New Albany yesterday in 100-degree heat. I thank you for your service and dedication, and just want to remind everyone that no matter what these men and women do to protect us, that the most important thing they can do is safely return to their loved ones at the end of each shift. That's our show for this evening. Please join Freddy and me next week for our chat with a very special guest. We've managed to locate the incomparable Synonymous II, and he'll be with us in studio. I am the Oracle, and I am gone.